Hi guys, it's me again. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Are we done yet? Okay. So, over the past couple of weeks, I've been keeping an eye on our friends in the east, in the far east, preferably Japan, and the ever-growing situation between Japan and China as it stands. So for those of you who have been getting distracted by the whole Sinder situation, behind the scenes, I've actually been looking into the situation that has been ever evolving. And it seems over the past 2 weeks, there is a myriad of interesting things that have actually been happening that may not be aware of. So, over the past 2 weeks, Japan and the Philippines have started doing some military planning to thwart off any aggression from the Chinese potential invasion over some small islands due west of Japan. Okay, this has been a thing for a long time. You know, the I guess for the past 5 years now, to where China's trying to gain control of those islands west of Japan, including that really weird line that China actually fabricated in its what is it called, outer seas border by cheating and creating a I guess you could say a loophole kind of thing, to where they added some lines that, even though it doesn't really cross into certain countries, it really is. I don't know. You guys could do a little bit of research, because it's it's a really funky situation. Um, so yeah, over the past couple of weeks, uh, what was it called? Taiwanese ships were actually getting what is it called? Sprayed on by Chinese ships, right? There is no like ammunition or like explosives actually being utilized. It's just a bunch of like Coast Guard ships just like spraying high pressure hoses on these Philippine ships, right? So yeah, that's a thing. And on top of that, the U.S. has actually sent over some additional military vehicles over into Japan, and some Chinese hotspots, right? Which we're talking about geopolitics at the same time. So yeah, and at the same time, they've also reopened some retired military installations, as well as making some new military installations over in Japan to protect to protect Japanese interests over there. So I mean it's been kind of crazy over there, for the most part, because China's trying to like reclaim Japan at this point in time by showing some type of militaristic force. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Pete Hegseth has had talks with Japan in order to increase military protection against China. But as of recently, China and Japan have actually started having talks with each other over the whole tariff situation, in which they're trying to work with each other and try to come up with a solution. Now, this is, I guess you could say, a segue in which they could lower aggression with one another, right? So on and so forth. So right now they're at in kind of like neutral terms, because they're all trying to discuss how to combat against the Donald Trump tariffs. Because as you guys know, a lot of the merch that the VTuber community has actually been um, trying to send to its fans, no matter what type of VTuber that you actually are promoting or trying to support, a lot of the products that these VTubers are trying to send out has been outsourced to Chinese manufacturers. So you can probably see the mess that we're all in right now. Uh, yeah, so right now the aggression from China seems to be at a standstill right now in it during this time while the talks of the tariffs are being discussed behind closed doors. But at the same time, Japan is increasing its military infrastructure in hopes to thwart off China from any kind of military takeover in Japan. Because if you guys don't know, China thinks that Japan or territories of Japan belong to China already, in which Japan flatly outstated that they said that that is not true. So so it's not looking good for Japan. It is not looking good for China in any sort of imagination, and it's a very sticky situation over there. I'm continuing to look into this story. Um, there, depending on which way things go, it could potentially end up because we have the military installations being implemented. We could be walking into something of a few skirmishes uh, with China, which could end up leading into a potential World War III. Now, the reason why I'm also saying this is because during the uh, during the construction of these military installations, the United States soldiers took the time to do live fire drills in the region of Japan. Now, upon further research, typically a live fire drills is a nothing burger. But when it comes to live fire drills near a aggressor, it usually signals something that is, well, not favorable for the future of any of these countries, including the United States. So we are in a very sticky situation where we are at a very fine line between the initiation of World War III and a trade war with the United States because of all the tariffs. Whether or not there's going to be peace talks or a de-escalation of military aggression because of the talks of what to do with these tariffs that the US and Donald Trump has actually implemented is yet to be seen. So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this story. A lot of people are keeping an eye on the story because, let's face it, the fact that we're going to end up into World War III potentially has a lot of people freaking the frick out, uh, including myself. Um, so, yeah, requiescat in pace, and I'll see you guys later.